Hey everybody, it's Armando here from the CastleShave company. I'm going to do a quick informational video for you. I already got my trusted Proraso white pre-shave on. I'm going to be using Barrister & Mann's Lavanille with the matching Aftershave. Got my CastleShave bowl soaking with my APShaveCo. Just give me a sec to whip this out. APShaveCo 30mm Tuxedo knot. Star of the show today is a Wade & Butcher 7/8. As you can see, there's the naming in the tang. I don't know, it's coming up a little blurry from my end. So hopefully you guys can see it there. In the back end, you can clearly see that it says made for Army. Made for the Army, my apologies. Anyways, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start off. I've got my CastleShave English Bridal 3-inch strop. She's beautiful. She's got removable areas here and up here. So if you ever wanted to change the leather out, you can feel free to do so. Did a nice linen backing, all black, as you can see. Perfect if you want to paste it. I'm going to go ahead and just do a quick stropping instruction, even though I've already stropped this. In my opinion, I mean, I only strop about 10 to 15 times. A lot of people hold that as a no-no, but it works for me, and I see no reason why anybody else, why it can't work for them. So what I'm going to do is, this is a 3-inch, so I'm going to be able to hold this flat. Unfortunately, you can't really see too much. Let me see if I can adjust the camera so that you can. There you go. Perfect. Okay. So I'm going to start by tugging nice and tightly, but not too tight. I'm going to start up by here. No, you can't even see. And just bring it down, bring it up. Nice, even, soft strokes. Make sure you're very light and you're not tilting the edge into the leather. That's how we get a rolled edge. We're gonna keep going a couple more times. It's very simple. It's basically, the motion is one like this, one like this, one like this, one like this. And as you can see, it's just rolling of these two fingers. And the other two fingers are more for stabilizing. So as you come up, you want to release, twist, hold again. Release, twist, hold again. And that's the easiest way for me to show you guys how to strop. It's going to take a little bit of time for you guys to learn that. So don't anticipate that you're going to get there right away. Also, make sure that you got a secure fastened area. Unfortunately, I'm just trying to make with what I got available at this time. I don't like to have my strops in the washroom, especially when the fan is not on. There can be way too much excess moisture, and it could really affect the leather over time. You may not see it right away, you may not see it in 6 months, but give or take an entire year of that, and you are definitely going to see those issues happen. So I'm just sort of going to fix this so that way we can get this shave on the go. So let's take this. We're going to do another face lather. I haven't done one with a synthetic brush as of yet, so I'm kind of liking them so far. I'm going to pick up quite a bit of soap here. I might have too much water in the brush, so hopefully that's not going to cause too big of an issue. If you are using Lavanille, do not wear a white t-shirt unless you want that to stay there. And that's just a warning from my end. I mean, you do whatever you want, but this stuff is very potent. Sorry, not potent. I think that's the wrong word to use, but the staining is very strong. That's why I always choose to wear a black robe once I get out of the shower, because it doesn't matter, and I always get cannonballs, falling on me from, you know, my lathers. And I love this soap. This was one of my very first artisan soaps, along with Le Grand Chypre. The reason I love this is because it's got nice earthy texture. Lather is excellent. I probably bought this, I would have to say, December of 2017. And because I've been on a severe rampage of buying soaps, it doesn't get used as much as I would really actually want to. Plus, I try to keep you guys entertained with, you know, different soaps and different combinations, especially with Weight and Butchers and my different shave soaps. So let's put this down. I've got suds everywhere. Okay. Now I'm also going to try my best to give you my version of how to straight razor shave. So I'm gonna go in, and the first thing to start with, 2 fingers on the tang, 1 finger on the tail. Sorry, my hands are a little slippery. Please make sure your hands are dry. I'm just a little bit more experienced with it, so I'm comfortable with the blade now. I like to have everything held right in the crease of your finger. So I'm going to start with a simple stretch, find my sideburn, right? And come down nice and easy. There should be absolutely no pressure in your stroke. Okay, so weight of the blade bringing the razor down. It should be nice and clean, right? And you should just feel it caress your skin, not bite your skin. Okay, if your razor is biting your skin, either you're on a too aggressive angle or you are probably got an edge that's no good for you. Not saying that it's a bad edge, I'm just saying that you want this to be a comfortable experience. You don't want to be in the position where you don't want to shave with one of these. I would say starting off with a razor that's honed no more to, you know, 16K would be optimal right now. Not on synthetic though. If it's on synthetic, I would say 10K. So as you can see right now, all I'm doing is simply going with the grain. Just nice, easy, simple strokes down. Now, once I hit the middle of my neck, I'm now moving to the other hand with the exact same positioning. So 2 fingers on the tang, 1 finger on the tail with these scales in the middle of those 3 fingers. I'm gonna start up here again, stretching the skin with my other hand. I'm going to search for that area for the sideburns. And then I'm just going to gently caress down my face. And because I have a goatee, I guess maybe this may pose an issue with some of you. I edge around my goatee. I got my technique particularly from Anthony Esposito because he keeps his very nice and clean. So I kind of took it to the next level with edging Now, I don't know if you noticed, but when I want the blade to point to my right side, I hold with my right hand. When I want the blade to point to my left side, I hold with my left hand. The reason being is, even though I'm showing you it in this direction, when you're applying it to your face, you're turning it this way. So this is my left side, so the blade is pointing to the left side. You want to maintain the same side, same hand. And same with this side. So here, right there. That's what you want. I'm going to keep going here. This is the neck area. I'm going to use my mirror a little bit here. And just nice, even, simple, clean strokes. You can use short strokes, long strokes. I find that long strokes are a little bit safer for beginners. You may not get the shave that you're looking for, but until you are comfortable with the blade, which longer strokes will make you more comfortable. I would suggest, keeping it on with that. Again, I'm going to do second pass. This is going to be an across the grain. Lather is excellent. And this APShaveCo is holding more water than I anticipated, which is making a very creamy lather. Very nice. Look at that, 2 seconds. These brushes are very soft. Not enough backbone for my liking, but I still love the brush every once in a while. I'm not really a synthetic fan. And that's another reason why my Lavanille never really gets used. I've seen the staining that Lavanille will leave behind on just my synthetic. And I've got some pretty expensive badgers, so I don't want to take the chance. But badgers are so nice. Okay. I think that's good. Just gonna rinse my hand off here and clean the lip area. All right. So let's start with the left side, going across the grain. Now, each angle is always going to be different, right? So, just because you were doing with the grain long strokes, I wouldn't recommend it for everything. So here I like to do shorter strokes, but not short, to make sure I'm getting where I need to be. Now, another thing you can pick up, don't recommend it, I go across the grain on my neck. For newbies, I would suggest with the grain a second time before you go against the grain. And the reason being is because this concept took me a lot of time to really get down packed. And I have to say, my technique may not necessarily be perfect because sometimes I get an excellent shave, sometimes I don't. But going across the grain for me is essential. And I personally need to do it. You don't have to do it. But if your hair grows east to east or west to west, maybe this video can help you with getting these angles down packed, right? Also remember, depending on your skin, you'll know if you need to stretch. Stretching doesn't make me comfortable. Some areas it does, some areas it doesn't. So I will apply stretching when I could necessarily do so. But if you are not comfortable with it, avoid it until you can get comfortable. What I like to say is baby steps. You know, it won't take you long. Even though they're baby steps, it seriously won't take you long. To get really good at straight razor shaving, you only need like 3 months. It's not as hard as many people make it seem like, right? Most people just have a simple fear of putting a knife to their face. I mean, you can think about it as a knife, sure. If you really wanted to cut somebody, you could. But it is not a knife. It is the same concept to a drill. There are risks in using a drill. There are risks in using a spoon. Can you kill somebody with a spoon? Damn right. I mean, I don't know how many of you guys went to jail, but you can make a shank out of anything. But in this case, this is a tool, okay? We are not trying to cut ourselves here. And if you have anxiety, depression issues, or any of that, seek help and do not pick up a straight razor. That's just my ultimate honesty, all right? Go for a DE, something that's a little bit more safe, especially if you have any type of suicidal thoughts. So we're gonna go against the grain. I was about to go for the sideburn again, realized I shouldn't have did that. So I'm coming down here, I'm coming up. So if you look at the way I'm holding it, it is basically my index finger and my thumb lightly holding the blade. These 3 fingers, again, are just for stabilization on the scales. They are not doing anything really other than helping me get the angle that I'm looking for. This is all zero pressure. Against the grain is essential to having no pressure. You may go for a more aggressive angle, which is just basically you doing this. So this is a more aggressive angle. Right? So you're seeing nearly the blade can be straight up. I don't recommend that unless you want irritation. I would go nice, go with the curvature of the skin, very softly, lightly grazing your skin. Okay, I'm gonna rinse the blade off. Another recommendation, I know I do things that are really against the rules. If you are comfortable with dirtying a towel, by all means, when you're wiping your straight razor clean, use a towel. Because some people let water sit on their straight razors for too long and you get rust spots. All straight razors rust, especially vintages. They have very soft steel, and that is very essential to their performance. So unfortunately, you cannot have the best of both worlds. I don't find that I get the greatest shave from a stainless steel razor that I do from a Wade & Butcher that has a much softer steel. Stainless steel for me is just a no-go. I can put the same edge on both of them and just not be happy with the stainless steel. Especially if it is a full hollow. I'm not a fan of full hollows, but that is because of my beard. I find that they can be too aggressive. I find that they have too much flexibility. And I find that I end up using pressure because I cannot identify if the blade is doing the right job or not. But that is just me. Full hollows may work for you. There's a reason why every razor maker makes a series of different grinds. Each grind is set for the beard type that you have. So, another tip that I have for you is always investigate the grinds with cheaper razors before you go full blown and start knocking on Robert Williams' door and say, make me a straight razor. Grinds are very important. They are way more important than size. So remember that when buying a straight razor. Anyways, that was a 3-pass shave. I'm going to feel around. Now, benefit with anything from Barrister and Man is you get quite a bit of slickness left over. So what I'm going to do is what's called my buffing pass. Going through and taking off all the residual hair follicles that I may have left behind. You can even hear it. I apologize for this video being extra long, but you will not learn how to straight razor shave in a 5-minute video. And ultimately, I want to make sure that everyone has an opportunity to go through and analyze what is the best aspect. All right, that's done. That's great. I got a wicked shave. I'm gonna wipe my face off first and then I'll rinse it off. Perfect. I like to use cold water on the rinse, just so it closes back up all the pores. I find that this helps me. You can go for warm water, maybe it's more comfortable. But this is where I like to be. Lavanille, post-shave. Hit like maybe 5 or 6 drops. I love the openings on Barrister and Man because they have a little bit of a wider gap. You get a little bit more from their aftershaves than normal. At least these are the older ones, so I don't know if they may have changed them. Anyways, that feels good. I got a little bit of sting, not too much. I got a great shave though. If you guys have any questions, feel free to contact me. I'm open to all kinds of discussions. And if you ever have any questions, you can catch me on Facebook. Add me as a friend, Mondo Leone. Follow my shop at the CastleShave. Anything that I can help any one of you guys with, I'd be more than happy to do so. And if you ever have a video request that you'd like me to do, shoot me a message and let me see if I can put that together for you. Anyways, guys, thank you and have a great week.